I'm Jacinta Coonahan and you're watching Coast Community News 5 at 5, August the 7th. Calls for more sanctioned mountain bike trails have intensified this week after the discovery of a lethal booby trap hidden under leaves on a popular trail in the Budai National Park. Scott Uselak of Kincumber was riding on the cliff track with two friends last weekend when he discovered a wooden rail with a set of long nails partially buried beneath the leaves. Brisbane Water Police have launched an investigation to try to identify the perpetrator and have issued a warning to mountain bikers to exercise extreme caution in the area. There is growing concern on the Central Coast about the looming threat of a new shutdown in New South Wales like the one seen in Victoria. So far, New South Wales has avoided a major second wave of COVID-19 cases, averaging only 12 new cases a day over the last fortnight, compared with numbers in the hundreds over the same period in Victoria. The majority of new cases in New South Wales have been in a small number of hotspots in Sydney, with no new cases on the Central Coast recorded since May. New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian, however, has pleaded with New South Wales residents to remain vigilant, including a strong recommendation on Sunday night for people to wear masks when using public transport, grocery shopping, or working in customer-facing roles. One local hotel has gone a step further in a bid to prevent the virus finding its way from Sydney to the coast. We spoke today with Chris from the Bayview Hotel in Woy Woy.
We know that, on the weekends we have a lot of people from Sydney visiting our property to enjoy, obviously, not just us, but the Central Coast as a whole. We have a lot of older people that eat in the restaurant and visit our business quite frequently. So, we're a community hotel. So we made the decision to try and curb the pandemic, our end, as far as, look after our community, work within our community and protect our community. So, for the time being, I'm not saying it's forever, but in the short term, until, we have a clear indication that, we'll only let people in that are from the immediate area.
And while we're on the subject of shutdowns, Patrick Spedding from Gosford-based data analytics company SeaChange released postcode-level data this week on the uptake of JobKeeper and Jobseeker payments. Here's David Abrahams.
Thanks, JC. Yes, the SeaChange data, which comes from a range of sources, including the ATO and the Department of Employment, show that over 47%, should I say, of Central Coast businesses, or some 11,453 organisations, were receiving the JobKeeper payments in May. The highest concentration of businesses receiving JobKeeper, at just under 50%, was the 2261 postcode, which includes the Entrance, Baddo Bay, Killarney Vale and Berkeley Vale. Now, with respect to JobSeeker, which includes Newstart, the number of recipients appears to have plateaued in June at around 24,000 people, while Youth Allowance recipients were also steady at around 3,000 people. Both numbers, however, are almost double what they were in March, before the shutdown began. Against this backdrop, there are several industry sectors that appear to be growing. One of these is the aged care and disability sectors, who are actively recruiting for more staff on the Central Coast, especially to support more home-based care. Here's what Karen Barrett, the founder of Trusted Home Care at Erina, had to say.
Okay, so we do home care for people that are aged and disabled. We provide community support workers in the home for those that require anything from personal care to transport to appointments, social community access, respite, meal preparation assistance and all of that kind of personal stuff. Because people now are seeing what's going on in the world in nursing homes, there's a lot more of a push to keep their loved ones at home for as long as possible, so that they've got a consistency of support at home with just a few support workers going in, rather than that massive turnover of staff within facilities, which is a higher risk.
And one sector that looks poised to take off on the Central Coast is the sustainability sector, which covers a broad range of industries including renewable energy to recycling to green technologies. And in September, the Coast will bring together some of the leading proponents of sustainable industry and employment in the Sustainable Business Showcase, which is being coordinated by local entrepreneur Bruce Cottrell. Here's a preview from Bruce and what's in store.
Yeah, we'll be inviting every builder, manufacturer, architect, auto repair shop, food manufacturer, council officer, not only for the Central Coast but the surrounding regions, to come and have a look at what great sustainable businesses we have on the coast. We're showcasing them through, we've got talks, so we've got speakers who are experts in their field, not only presenting what they're currently doing for sustainability, but we've also got ones coming that have got technology that's ready to be commercialised that we would like to see Central Coast businesses pick up and run with.
And finally, JC, as you know, the plight of beachside residents in Wamberal and North Entrance has been a major focus in recent weeks, and after many of their homes began slipping into the sea 2 weeks ago. This week, a task force was formed to coordinate the response, including, potentially, the development of a seawall. 2 councillors this week, however, presented an alternative idea to combat beach erosion, an artificial reef, which they claim would have additional benefits for surfers and marine life. One of those councillors is Bruce McLaughlin, and Alex Hergett spoke with him earlier today.
What I'd like this council to do is actually look at the Gold Coast model and see what they've actually done. The Gold Coast Council get it, they understand the financial and social impacts of what their beaches bring to their community up there, and they've actually prepared a surf management plan, and they've actually built now their second artificial reef, primarily for beach erosion, but it's added surfing, fishing, diving amenity to their local and tourism amenity and that sort of thing. So I'd like our council to have a look at what their model is up there.
Well, some big news for local football fans this week. Here's Hayley with sport.
Thanks, JC. Firstly, the Central Coast Mariners offered a glimpse of hope to long-suffering supporters on Monday night, when 19-year-old Dylan Ruiz-Diaz scored 2 goals in the final 5 minutes of their last match of the A-League season to snatch the win over Melbourne Victory. Within 24 hours, however, the Mariners' future became clouded once more when owner and chairman Mike Charlesworth announced that he will step away from the Mariners and seek a new owner for the club. Charlesworth led the club to its first A-League premiership in 2013, but has since presided over 4 wooden spoons in 5 years and has been criticised for running the club on a shoestring budget. Charlesworth said that if a suitable investor cannot be found, he will hand the club's A-League licence back to the FFA, and will keep you posted on future developments as they arise. One team of top of their competition ladder is the NSWRL women's team, the Central Coast Roosters. The Roosters made it 3 from 3 last weekend after beating the West Tigers 20-4, with another sterling game from veteran hooker Kylie Hilda, Isabel Kelly and Caitlin Johnson. Back to you, Jacinta.
Thanks, Hayley. In other news, Central Coast Council has confirmed it will progress with the Koala survey. The survey will be undertaken between September and November and using sound recordings to assess koala numbers. And those numbers, while being lifted by the addition of no less than 9 adorable new koala joeys at the Australian Reptile Park in recent months, following the terrible bushfires with devastated areas of the Central Coast earlier this year. Let's go to Lucy now for a preview of the weekend's weather.
Thanks, JC. Well, you may have already noticed, but the temperature has dropped and the rain has started just in time for the weekend. Tomorrow will be partly cloudy on the coast with a 60% chance of showers, with northeasterly winds up to 20 kilometres an hour and a maximum temperature of 19 degrees. Overnight temperatures will then drop to just 7 degrees on the coast and 3 to 4 up on the mountain, with the rain likely to persist through to at least Monday. Back to you, Jacinta.
Thanks, Lucy. Well, with the cold weather on the way and the potential of another COVID-19 shutdown, we'll leave you today with some sage relationship advice from Charlie Winter. Make sure you check out the Chronicle Milestone edition number 200 that was out this week and features all these stories and more. Take care and we'll see you next week, and make sure you snap up your Armageddon Lover.
And the people cry alone. locked up safe inside their home, self-isolate till this gets better, 'cause we're all in this together. You're my Armageddon Lover, and I love you like no other. This is World War III, COVID-19, and Armageddon honey, we're running out.